Yeah.
Told you to hang in there. Something is gonna happen.
Yeah.
You believe me? You believe mommy?
We believe you, mom. So she weeps. Ananiambia Kamau enda ukope tu. So I just go and kopa. Yesterday niling'ang'ana nikapata mboga.
Hakukuwa na kitu kingine?
No. Just mboga.
Be strong, mommy. Be strong. Mommy loves you so much. I think about you all the time.
All will be well.
Yes.
Just hope.
Hello Tuko family. My name is Kingori Wangeshi and this is another episode of My Story. This week's episode is about Lima. She wrote to us from Abu Dhabi, UAE. She's a lady in distress because her visa was cancelled and she has tried all means possible to come back home. Right now she has accrued huge fines because of overstaying the cancelled visa. Back home, her children can barely survive, in as much as she is doing odd jobs in UAE so that she can at least survive and come back to her family. Today's story is a cry of the children asking the authorities to bring back their mom, to bring back Lima. Let's get to hear this story. Dwayne. Thank you Dwayne kutukaribisha hapa kwenu. Yeah. Of course tumeongea na your mom. Akatueleza tunaweza kuja na pia mkatukubalia. Lakini ningetaka ueleze watazamaji jina lako, mko wangapi, tuko wapi na normally huwa unafanya nini wewe?
My names are Dwayne Kamau. I live in Kihara, Gashie. And we are three. Two siblings, Shadrach na Hadassah.
You're the firstborn?
I'm the firstborn, yeah.
And Shadrach and Hadassah, how old are they?
Shadrach is 14, Hadassah is 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
So normally what do you do yourself?
Nowadays I just sit at home, draw, and just look after the kids. Yeah.
Now you look after your siblings because your mom is in UAE.
Yeah, my mom only traveled last year. Last year last year but 1 December. Yeah.
2020.
2020.
Yes.
From then she was employed at a palace. She was working for a prince. But now things got off. Alikuwa amepewa phone. Lakini alikuwa amempenda. So mimi nikapata message akaniambia draw out of her chambers. Na akachukua everything. So from then she has been jobless. Yeah.
By what do you mean by everything? Walichukua everything.
She was lended a phone, a Samsung phone, some clothes. Yeah, just basic needs. So they took it all.
And
at the start of the year 2021.
2021.
Yeah.
So the whole of last year you've been taking care of your brother and sister.
Yeah. Then I was working out of Glow, car wash. On March, the landlord alitulokia hao. So I told my mom. Mom told me that ako vibarua bado hajapata do. So we had to vacate to my grandfather. My grandfather, he is not well off. He is old. He's a bachelor. And I struggle na taxi, Nissan transport system. Bado inampea stress. Yeah, so I was not able to come for work. So when we came in July, I started kahawa. But the profit was so small.
What do you mean you started kahawa?
Nilikuwa nazungusha kahawa. So the streets just the flask. So the money was less. And kurudisha stock, a profit, couldn't even save. Yeah.
Before your mom apoteze hiyo kazi huko UAE, alikuwa na wasustain aje ama mlikuwa mmepangana aje?
By that time alikuwa na pesa. So he used to send me money, some money. I buy food, yeah. We sustain ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the whole of last year, it has not happened?
The whole of last year, we used to get help from our relatives, my uncle, also my grandfather. But sasa ikakuwa tu bad, unajua mtu hawezi kusaidia for the rest of the year. Yeah.
So normally muna plan aje mambo ya tuseme chakula, stuff kama sabuni, hivyo? How often does your mom send money, and you could tell us around how much?
Sometimes she used to send me 1,000. Then najipanga like I used to go to Eastmart, nanunua maziwa zile za Kinangop za 30 bob for around 500. Then the rest nanunua like mboga, nafinya pesa tu, inakuwa like inatupeleka for a week. Yeah, so then akaenda hivyo, started sending 500, 200. Yeah, sometimes she doesn't send, so I get help from my relatives, my uncle. Our last born brother amekuwa akitusaidia, anaitwa Sam. Yeah.
So the last time Sai alituma pesa ilikuwa lini na ilikuwa how much?
The last time March, April, yeah. April.
That was the last time you
That was the last time. That was like 500. Yeah, 500.
500 shillings.
500, yeah.
So what have you been surviving on since April, May, and now mid-June?
I've been selling some of my clothes.
You've been selling your clothes?
Yeah, some of my clothes.
Would you want your mom to come back?
Yeah, I would. Akuja tujipange tu juu. So hurting. Sometimes akinitumia message akiwipa, I feel bad, so I just get toxic, and I had ulcers. So I didn't want to tell her, but akajua tu. Yeah.
So whoever is listening and can help your mom, what would you tell them?
Okay. For now, my mom ameniambia hana visa ya kurudi, but neza hope like adipotiwe just akuje. God will make a way. We'll set up businesses and then tuko tu sawa.
Are you people suffering?
We are suffering. It's really hard looking after 2 siblings and you're not working and you're under pressure. Landlord anakuja anataka kututoa na nguvu. Sasa hizo ni 6. Like last time nikiwa car wash, Hadasa came. No, it was Shadrack. Shadrack came akaniambia landlord amefunga hao. Why? Kwa sababu ameniambia tu amefunga hao na Hadasa kwa nje, so I had to come the full uniform. Kakuta kwa nje anakula, landlord ameenda. But the caretaker hakuwa anataka kusikia, so I told him, let me just take some small clothes, at least tuende kwa kukaa, usikose nguo. Hakusikia. But that was then.
So, Hadasa ako shule?
Hadasa ako shule, Bright Star. Yeah. Ako grade 2.
Wewe ndo unampeleka asubuhi ama?
Yeah, namwamsha nampeleka asubuhi.
Na rent ni how much?
Rent ni 7. Yeah.
7,000?
7K, yeah, 7K.
Hii nyumba inatoshana aje?
1 bedroom. Choo, bafu na kitchen.
7,000?
Yeah.
Unajuanga ikilipwa?
Last time mama aliniambia alikuwa amemwachia kitu kiasi. Last time she was about to close. So aliniambia amempatia tu kitu kiasi, like just stay akijua.
But you would want your mom to come back?
I would want my mom to come back. Kama hakuna like chance ama possibility ya kupata another job, hakuna haja endelea kisafa. Sometimes hata sina data ya kumuongelesha ama any means. And you know, huwezi enda around ukimbomba simu every time. So whenever anajua sija communicate tuko sawa. She tells me she's stressed. She gets stressed. So at least akuje.
Hiyo message unaniambia sometimes anakuandikia ya kuwip ama akiwip. Anakuambia anapitia mambo kama gani?
Sometimes anakosa kukula akiona message yangu like sometimes okay, saa zingine namtumianga nini message continuously as in, "Mom, why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing this?" And mimi najaribu na siwezi. Yeye ananiambia hata hawezi. Ako sawa, jaribu wase. Nimejaribu akina kukaa. Ananiambia hata wako chini. So she whips. Ananiambia kama uende ukope tu. So I just go and copper. Yeah.
Stuff, eh?
Stuff.
When was the last time that you people had a meal?
Just yesterday. Yesterday. Niling'ang'ana nikapata mboga. Huko chini kuna shamba. I think ya landlord bado. But sasa mboga hizo zimemea. Hazijameeshwa na mtu, ni just naturally. So I go pluck, nakuja napika.
Mboga peke yake?
Mboga tu.
Hakukuwa na kitu kingine?
No. Just mboga.
Na hiyo ni lini? Jana?
Yeah,
Jana saa ngapi?
At around 10.
Usiku?
Yeah.
So what did you have? What did Hadasa have for breakfast? You
Okay,
for
Hadasa
lunch?
yeye anakula shule, breakfast na lunch. So tunajua pesa inaenda ikiaccumulate ya fees na food. Kama ingekuwa food enough home, angekuwa anabeba. Yeah.
Na Shadrack
Sometimes it's like fasting, yeah. Sometimes anakula lunch, sometimes haiko. But anakuja akiwa home, nikiwa na uwezo kama nimepata food anakula.
And yourself?
Myself, I'm okay. I have friends. I have some friends wananisaidianga kiasi. Like kama kuna best yangu kuna job ya nguo. So kama niko na t-shirt nice, nampelekea na nipiga 50 bob. And then now I know how I'm gonna utilize the 50 bob.
Azini yako ya kuvaa unampelekea?
Yeah, anauza. That's how it has been.
All will be well.
All will be well.
Yes.
Just hope.
Shadrack hajatoka shule?
Bado hajakama.
What about now the basics like sabuni? Na okay, if food is a problem, how about the hygienics? Kina sabuni, kina mafuta, you know?
We've been maintaining the sabuni tuko na kipande na Ariel. Yeah. We both wash the utensils and clothes, the toilet, in the house too.
Turudishe nyuma kidogo. Jana usiku mlikula mboga?
Jana nilikula mboga. Mboga, skuma.
Without anything else?
Without anything.
So where personally, what did you take for breakfast and lunch today?
Actually, I haven't had lunch and breakfast. Just water. Just water, plain water, and I'm cool. I just feel, as in to me, adjust for the situation. I took the situation as in, sawa ni normal. Just live. Like, every day, kila siku iko na tu possibility of I have faith. My mom always ananipeanga faith na patience. Ananiambia, just have faith, all will be well. And kuwa na patience. Yeah.
So what have you planned to make for supper for your siblings today?
Kwa shamba bado there is still some vegetables, some kales. I'm just trying to survive. Juu mama amekuwa akiniambia, what if I die now? What will you do? I lose it. Sometimes I lose it. So I do anything possible to get food. Sometimes at night naenda huko chini kwa shamba za wenyewe na nachuna tumboga tutizi na kuja napika. It has been like that.
At 21 only?
At 21. I'm only 21.
Ulimaliza shule lini?
2018. Kifika.
Hiyo ni high school?
In high school. Then I joined nikaenda electrical class or Kandendero. So nikiingia second year corona ika impact. Was in 2019?
2020.
2020, yeah. No, I joined 2019. 2020 was my second year. So ndo corona ika impact, I've never gone back.
That's why you made that lamp.
Yeah, that's why I've made that lamp.
Can you show it? Can you bring it so that they can see what you've made?
Antini ya kitambo, but yeah.
You're the one who has made this?
I'm the one. This one was a selfie stick. Selfie stick. Ile chuma ya umbrella. Yeah. This was a glass. So 2 plates, a switch, but in a battery. There's a charger. Yeah, and is it a lithium cell? Something like that, yeah.
You're the one who made this?
I'm the one who made this.
Wow. Looks very nice. And it's
but
adjustable?
Now, yeah, it's adjustable. But now, ili spoil wakicheza huko. So the wiring was inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it looked decent.
Wow.
It's adjustable.
So this is a dream you'd want to pursue?
Yeah, I like just electronics. I like drawing. I like, yeah.
And we can see what you've drawn.
Yeah, it's me I've drawn. It's a lion.
This is a lion. This one?
Yeah.
So, what would you want to do? You want to go back to school?
I thought of going to a media class. Let's do driving, then join media class. I like photography. Yeah, I used to rent a camera. 1,000. Go take some pics, you earn your profit. Yeah.
So that is your dream?
That is my dream. I also like doing portraits. I take a picture like this, and then I draw it, pencil art.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how would you think that life would be if your mom were here?
I think life would be more easier to me and more easier to my siblings, because ako hapo namuona as in ako sawa. When she's far, you just feel you just have bad thoughts. I don't know where the bad thoughts always come from. Ama like ukinipigia jana usiku tuko news, I thought that something bad has happened. That like tuko news maybe ni iko mpaka Dubai, maybe she has been hit by a car. I don't know what those thoughts zilikujia. So ndo nikakwambia ngoja kwanza. You remember? Ngoja kwanza. Ndo saa nikapumua, and then I got back to the phone. Then I thought, ama ni fraudsters, because I've not been getting too many calls of late. Yeah. But nikasoma message mama alikuwa ameniandikia akaniambia someone might call you. Yeah.
So that is why I called you, because she gave us your contact and we wanted to come and find out if the situation is as she had described, and for sure we have seen it.
Yeah.
And that is where we come through as a Tuko family. You've had Dwayne is fasting, not out of choice, but out of circumstances. Today he hasn't taken anything except water. Yesterday it was just vegetables for supper. Today he has no idea. But I am sure we will do something in their lives. And those people who are in places of influence and authority, we need to bring back Lima to her family so that they can reunite. We need to heal the thoughts that Dwayne has, equally the thoughts that Lima has in Abu Dhabi. We shall reunite this family. Of that I believe. So can we talk to your sister?
Yeah.
Hadassah.
Yeah.
In her little age, atuambie a few things. So who is this?
I'm Hadasa
Hadasa who?
Zawadi.
Hadasa Zawadi. How old are you?
7.
7 years. In which class are you?
Grade 2.
Grade 2. Wow, what did you study today?
Math, English, and CRE.
And CRE. Were you given homework?
Homework. Yes.
Okay, you'll do it? Or do I
Yes.
help you? So now Hadasa. Mmeongea na mam? Kwa simu? Unataka akuje ama aje?
Akuje.
Kwa nini?
I miss her so much.
Oh, you do? I'm sure she misses you so much also. So unataka mama arudi? Akuje? Mliongea na yeye lini?
Been a while.
Haukumbuki? Ungetaka kuongea na yeye sahi? Tumpigie simu? Tumpigie? Wacha tuone kama tutampata. Utamwambia nini?
I'll tell her I miss her and I want her to come back.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, hi. I've actually been waiting for you.
Okay, how are you doing?
I'm pulling up.
Now,
Yes.
tuko na Hadasa hapa.
Oh, Hadasa.
Hadasa, say hi to ma.
Mom.
Hi, baby girl. Hi.
Hi.
Sasa mami.
Poa.
Unaendeleaje mami? How are you?
Fine.
Umetoka shule? How was school?
Fine.
How was school?
Fine.
Bado unakula shule?
Yeah.
Unashiba? Okay. Nimekumiss mom.
Even me.
I know. Oh my God.
Hadasa, what would you like to tell
Yeah.
her?
I love you.
I love you too, mommy. I love you too so much.
Me
And I
too.
will come home so that we will be together. Okay, mommy? Okay, you be strong. Be strong, mommy. Be strong. Mommy loves you so much. I think about you all the time. Okay, mommy? Baby. I know now you have become big. Nimeona picha yako. Umekuwa mkubwa mpaka uniform imeanza kuwa ndogo.
Ni kweli?
Mom. Is your uniform small? Uniform yako ni small? Oh, I know, mommy, I know. Tutakuja tununue ingine. Okay. How is your hair?
My
Shaggy,
hair.
Yeah. Inakaa iko mzuri ama iko shaggy?
Shaggy.
Oh, I know, baby. Don't worry. Utatengenezwa.
Okay, we'll call you back in a while.
Okay, all right.
Yes, just wanted Hadasa to say hi to you.
Yeah, that means a lot. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's okay. Alikuwa anakupikia nini?
A lot of things.
Kama?
Dengu and rice and waru and Posho
Is that your favorite?
and chapo.
Hey, she used to make chapos for you? She'll be back to make them for you. Utatuita tukule? Eh? Utatuita? Haya, tutakuja kukula akirudi. Sasa utaendelea kucheza? Okay.
Help us bring mommy home because I miss her.
She'll be proud. Yes, you're a brave girl. Sindio? Thank you. Lima,
Yes, sir.
can you hear us clearly?
Yes, I can.
You wanna say hi to Dwayne?
Yes, I would love
All right.
to. Shadrach. Yeah.
Here he is.
Hello, Mom.
Hey, Pam. Hey.
Hey,
Finally.
finally.
Finally, I told you to hang in there.
Yeah.
Told you to hang in there. Something is gonna happen.
Yeah.
You believe me? You believe mommy?
I believe you, Mom. I believe you.
Meniamini, come out.
Nimekuamini, sorry.
Come out.
Yeah. Yeah, Mom. Hello.
Come out.
Yeah, nakusikia. Hello, Mom.
Yeah. Nilikwambia, you hang in there. When I hope something is gonna come our way, tutapata usaidizi one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah. You believe me. Thank you for what you did. Thank you because you ulinisikia. Thank you because you reached out to Kingori. And don't worry. Don't worry. Now everything is going to be okay.
Yeah, uko poa yourself? Uko poa yourself?
Yeah, now at least I feel a bit better.
Yeah, hata mimi nimesikia poa, umesikia poa.
A bit better.
Yeah.
Now, sasa nimepata nguvu hata ya kulikia hii maneno pia.
Yeah. Shadi bado hajafika.
Yeah. Kwani what time does he come? Because nataka kuongea na Shadi sana. I know Shadi, lakini ako sawa.
Yeah, ako sawa. Ako sawa, ni vile wanasoma till late 6:30 huko 5.
Nataka kuongea na Shadi sana. Ndio maana nimekuwa nikiwaambia mnifanyie audio na tuongee na botim. Lakini najua mmekuwa na challenges za data, so I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Asante Kamau. Blessings zako nikikwambia ziko. Wewe utabarikiwa because of what you've done. Umenisimamia, umeshikilia hiyo familia. And there was no one. You've done a good job. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah. I promised you from the first time ulienda.
Come.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah?
You remember we talked nikakupromise from the first time before you ended.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, so
Thank you so much.
yeah. Okay.
Lima.
Sorry, yes.
This story is very moving. All will be well. Like you say, hang in there. Can you see them?
Wow.
Hi.
And Shadi is over there.
Hi, Shadi. Tata, baby. Tata. Shadi.
What?
Shadrach.
Yeah?
You can have a seat.
Mambo.
Poa sana.
Aki nimekumiss, Shadi, nimekumiss.
Hadi mimi nimekumiss.
Oh my God. Nauliza.
Eh,
Kwani umeslim aje? Ama ni vile umekuwa mrefu? Nakaa handsome bado. Oh my son. I'm so happy to see you. Nitakuja home tukue pamoja. Sitawahi waacha tena. Hata sitaki kwenda mahali hata. Nitakuja nyumbani tukae pamoja.
Sasa
Kuna kitu ya kukula?
hadi nimefika tu sahii, sijaingia kitchen kuangalia.
Okay.
So Lima, ulikuwa unatueleza ulikuwa umeenda UAE kufanya nini?
So agent wangu alikuwa ameniambia nakuja teaching kufundisha. Since nimefika high school, so tulikuwa na thoughts za kuja kufundisha. Wakati wa corona watoto wa huko walikuwa wanasoma online, homeschool So hivyo ndivyo nilikuja. Hata ile visit visa walitengeneza ya teaching. But funny enough, tunakuja through Dubai. So kukuja through Dubai tuliwekwa kwa boot ndio tuweze kuja Abu Dhabi. Because hatukuwa na PCR, you know, the corona test.
Yes.
That time zilikuwa zinafanywa kwa boda ya kuingia Abu Dhabi. So mnafichwa kwa boot, mnavukishwa Abu Dhabi, mnaletwa kwa nyumba ya agent, and then from there mdosi wako takes up kukutengenezea documents na PCR. Like everything becomes legal. But it is not right that you come under visit visa na haijaandikwa kazi. So that's why tulikuwa tunafichwa.
Okay.
But you see, I didn't know all that. Me, I just nilikuwa natafuta an easy way in find that solution. So when I come here, they apparently did my visa is a baby visa, which I questioned because I was getting lower salary. I'm teaching, but I'm getting lower salary than the people who are already out. I was working with 4 Filipinos, of which Kirudi kukakuta shida nyingi sana. Yani people have cases all the time. So at some point I said, if we are having a case, wacha nirudi kwa agent wangu, tutatue huko. Kumbe kurudisha kule ni kumaanisha they have terminated you. So my agent akanitafutia another employer now in town, in Abu Dhabi town. So I came here. So this second employer starts communicating with the other one. Alafu wanakuekelea vitu mingi, umeiba, ulifanya nini, just to spoil the whole issue. That's how these people are here. It's not only my story, others we can also authenticate the same issue. So remember, I was not paid by the first employer, and also the second one didn't pay me. Then she took me back to the agent, and that is when I realized I have to do something, because my kids are still waiting for money. They're still waiting to get some kind of, reprieve. So wakati nilikuja embassy, they contacted the first employer because my visa was under that sponsor. Wakamcontact na hapo anataka mambo mingi, alirudisha passport yangu, but on condition lazima cancel visa yangu because I'm no longer under him. Walikuwa wanataka kuweka kesi, but I think the embassy kanitetea sana, no, there's no need, but they didn't pay me. So they gave me back the documents, and then now I was free to go nje kwa street. So sasa huku nje kwa street ni survival. Wale Africans wamekuwa kazi kitambo, au wale wamekuwa renewed for visa, lakini hawa wamekuja hii msimu ya COVID hawako kazi. Either wanafanya vibarua ama sasa wana survive nje kwa street. And this survival ni mbaya sana. Sidhani I need to go into details because watoto wako hapo. It's really embarrassing, it's demeaning, lakini it has been really tough, very tough. kuishi ni shida, kukula ni shida, it's really tough, really tough. Maybe you need kwenda kwa details size, they are really heavy, but visa yangu ilikuwa cancelled, nikaingia overstay, nitawa update the new number of days and the number of the amount as of now. Already nishakupatia ya April. So kurudi kwangu, if I was to come back like now, the only other option is to go deported. A deportation utakaa ndani 6 months as they prepare for you. So this 6 months, watoto wangu watakuwa kula nini? You know, nitakuwa nikisaidia at least kidogo hadi nyumbani. So kile nimekosa ni hiyo ticket na nilipe fine ndio niweze kurudi nyumbani.
So hiyo ulikuwa umenitumia ilikuwa ya 2 months ago. Ya April. Ilikuwa number of days.
Ya Ramadan.
Number of days that you overstayed were 442.
Yeah, since the time they cancelled.
Na fines zilikuwa 21,700 dirhams.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it updated? They need to be updated.
Yeah.
This amount and number of days need to be updated, right?
Yeah. You know the fines accrue every day. The fines accrue every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that is the amount you need to pay and air ticket.
Yes.
That's all you need to come back to your children.
Yes. If that is possible, I would really appreciate.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll talk later. I just wanted us to understand
Thank you.
what is preventing you from coming back, but now we have.
Yeah, the issue is because I have fights. I cannot get out of this. If I go to immigration, they'll just arrest me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We now understand. And all will be well. You'll come back to Hadassah, Shadrach,
Amen.
and
Amen.
Dwayne.
Oh, amen. They are wonderful children. Thank you. Thank you for reaching out. I really appreciate. I didn't think anyone would would get the emails, or I didn't think. But I'm really surprised that you responded. I thank you, Tuko. Thank you so much.
Karibu. Sisi ndio tuko.
Yeah, ninyi ndio tuko.
Sawa.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Shadrach, would you want mommy to come back?
Yes.
Why?
Kwa sababu na miss. Na nimekaa saa hadi bila kumwona.
Umekula lunch? Shule hampewi chakula? You've not taken lunch yourself?
Yeah.
Na jana ulikula lunch? Ni siku ngapi tunaweza sema huwa unakula lunch kwa wiki?
Siku moja.
Na uko class
8.
Oh, you're a candidate? Na hupati lunch? Haikusumbui kwa masomo? Kwa nini?
Hadi kusikia hivyo njaa mimi sisikiangi haraka.
But mama kama angekuwa hapa, would things be different? Mambo ingekuwa tofauti? Kiaje?
Sasa angekuwa kujua kisawa last time venye alikuanga huku. Akiwa huku ndio saa kulikuanga poa kabisa. Sasa venye alienda huku ndio kumekuwa hivi.
Okay. But you'd want her to come back? All right.
Tuko family, help us bring our mom back.
Tuko family, there's nothing more to add to that plea by these 3 wonderful children asking us as a family to help bring their mom back. Let's do this. That is the heartbreaking story of Mama Lima and her children here at Kihara in Kiambu County. And I pray we will help to bring her back and unite her with these wonderful children. My name is Kingori Wangeshi. This is my story. Goodbye.